For a luxury midsize SUV, there's a lot of choices, but there are few that are as sporty and good looking as this MDX. In the Type S trim for 2026, it's bringing in refreshed styling from 2025, the updated technology, and most importantly, it's carrying over the turbocharged V6 engine and all of the performance hardware that has made this SUV truly a driver's car. The MDX has been new in this generation since the 2022 model year. Among all the midsize family 3-row luxury SUVs you could buy, I think it's one of the sportiest looking in the segment, and it costs a whole lot less than most of them, except the Type S. The MDX was mildly refreshed for 2025 and it carries over into 2026. What you'll notice is up front, the grille surround is no longer there and the mesh pattern is now different. It's not as pronounced with diamonds like it was before. Still there, but more subtle. There's also some new lower valences that you'll see in the bottom here in the Type S, more gloss black trim. Very, very subtle differences. But you can also get a lot of this look, not all of it, if you're getting the A spec with the advanced package. It kind of mimics what this Type S is, but you're not getting these 21-inch wheels or the 4-piston front Brembo brake calipers. Those are very distinguishable. Plus, you're not getting an air suspension. These adaptive air springs, that's what they are. They're fantastic because they actually bring Land Rover levels of comfort and quality. You can actually raise the vehicle up to 2 inches when you're parked, or if you use the lift mode, which is one of 7 driving modes. It'll also drop it down when it's parked, which is what it is now. A very useful feature. I do wonder what it's going to happen after 10 years, because Acuras and Hondas are typically very reliable, but the Type S may have some pricey repairs. But as it stands as a brand new car, very nice detailing out in the back, the quad exhaust tips. The stance is awesome. I just love the look. It's low. It's not as tall and square like a lot of these big SUVs like a Pilot or a Pathfinder. Acura has chosen a different path, even among the luxury sector when you're going to really compete with this car like the Infiniti QX60. This has a sportier stance, more like the TLX Type S, which is now discontinued. I've always liked Acuras with this red and black interior, and on here, you're now getting more standard features than you were in previous model years of the Type S. That's because the Type S now has the formerly optional Advanced package, which includes these 16-way seats with 9-way massage. That includes thigh extension and side bolsters and softer leather, a heated steering wheel, 360-degree cameras. You get all of that. I like the matte wood. I don't really like all this polished black plastic on the dash. Maybe that could be wood instead of plastic. But what you see here, how it's crafted, it's very, very good. Is it $80,000 good? That's questionable, but I do think Acura is putting the interior on another level now, especially now that the touchpad that formerly controlled the infotainment is gone. The third row is very tight, but you could fit up to 7 people if you so choose in your MDX. What you can also choose to do is take out this middle seat so these become captain's chairs. That's really nice, and most SUVs never let you do that. And also, if you just want to leave it in, it's a nice console table here with more storage and cup holders, and for 2026, heated outboard seats are standard on the Type S. The MDX is not the largest in the class, so that nice swoopy exterior does limit some of the interior space that you'll find here. 16 cubic feet behind the third row, with it folded 39, and when everything is folded, just over 71. There's also a reversible cargo lid under tray storage, so you can have it carpeted or more of this rubberized plastic if you want to do that. That's a nice little feature. Type S is a quick car. For all the money you pay, you get a special engine that Acura only reserves for the Type S. And now that there's no more TLX Type S, that was the sedan, watch those reviews. I've tracked that car. It's excellent. A lot of those same components from the engine, the transmission, and the suspension are baked into this bigger, much bigger, midsize 3-row family SUV. This engine is why gas is going to continue. It's responsive, it sounds good. It's decently efficient when you're not getting on it in Sport Plus mode, which is one of 7 drive modes on the MDX. Sport Plus is only on the Type S. And it's good. It's a 10-speed automatic transmission, so there's a lot of gears. I don't advise shifting with manual mode just because there's just too many gears to shift into. The car is so much better at doing that by itself. The engine makes 355 horsepower and 354 pound-feet of torque, which is way up from the 3.5-liter naturally aspirated V6, 290 horsepower, less than 270 pound-feet of torque. Most MDX trims are all-wheel drive that you'll find on the market, but front-wheel drive is standard on the lower trims, but not on this Type S. And starting for 2025 and into 26, Acura added more noise insulation, more sound deadening around the fenders, even on the back windows. But thankfully, in the Type S, enough of the sound keeps coming in, just enough. It's still a very civil car. It's not really a rowdy vehicle like you'll find, say, from a BMW M Performance model or some of the AMG lights like the 43 models from Mercedes. But it's engaging, and that's what I really like about it. It's supple enough on the road. And the air suspension, I will say, it's on the firmer side of things, given that these are thin sidewalled 21-inch tires. So it doesn't really give you that pillowy Mercedes-Benz type of airmatic ride that you might think you're getting with this type of suspension. It really doesn't. The way Acura set up the MDX is more just kind of just one setting. These are adaptive dampers, but they always, to me, feel on the firmer side. That's okay, but it's not quite that advanced suspension setup that you would expect from hearing that, hey, it's adaptive in air. It's not like that. What I like about the driving position of the MDX is that it sits lower than a lot of other luxury SUVs, and you feel more cocooned the way this cockpit is arranged. You feel like you're actually sitting inside a car, which I like. If you want a more truckish type of feel, more upright dashboard, sitting higher, there's other choices out there. To me, this is my preference. The steering is just more accurate and more direct feeling than a lot of the competitors out there. And when you're doing it, really getting into the corners, you feel this SUV feeling planted. It's nice and wide. On the Type S, there's a double wishbone front suspension. That's really expensive hardware. It intrudes more, essentially, into the engine compartment. It takes up more space even into the cabin. Likely a reason why the MDX is not as roomy of an SUV as you'll find from other midsize contenders in this class. But to me, I think the road holding is excellent. It feels like a taller TLX Type S, and that car was very planted. And at speed, especially in Sport Plus mode, it's dropping the suspension. So that's the real benefit of having air. You're dropping about 1 inch. Not only does that help with aerodynamics, but it definitely helps with the center of gravity. Acura uses a torque vectoring rear differential, so that lets you power out of turns. It tightens the radius, so you don't have to do it yourself and swing wide. You'd say, why do I want to do that? Well, sometimes you overcook it a little bit, and this car will help you draw it all back. And the braking system, it's using very similar components from the NSX supercar, so you get a really nice feel, a pedal feel that's primarily electric in operation, but the braking itself is also really good with these Brembos up front. By far, the best thing Acura has ever done in the past 6 years, other than still making the NSX, is this screen. It's touch sensitive, actually touch enabled. Touch everything with Google Maps, love that. There's no more touchpad. They did this for 2025, carries over into 2026. To me, this feels like a brand new car. I honestly love that part about it. It makes the MDX so much easier to use every day. And when you're parked and want to adjust these settings, new features for Acura Watch 360, one of them front cross traffic warning. You also get active lane change assist and lane change collision mitigation, which will actually help steer you back into the lane itself if it notices another car in your blind spot. Now, these 3 features are only on the Type S, so you have to really spend the bucks to get those new updates, because there's new radar sensors in the corners of the car, there's now upgraded cameras. That really helps with these systems, and the existing cameras visually, also very good. Another great feature, the stereo. No longer ELS, Acura is using Bang & Olufsen. A lot of car companies are doing that now, and you can adjust all the sound this way, which is kind of neat. It gets rid of your independent bass and treble controls, and you can control the surround level as well. It does sound really good. There's 31 speakers, over 1,700 watts of sound. There's 12 speakers on the roof alone. But really, this system is great. There's also analog controls for all your seating, climate controls, shifting. This car is just so much better, and it's the same car, but just these changes have made the MDX such a better vehicle every day to use. The full-width digital instrument panel is another nice upgrade. The gauges change with each driving mode. I like that. Sport Plus gives you the G meter and the turbo boost, and you can cycle through other options here, right on the thumb wheel. And there's still a lot of buttons, but again, everything is here. And when you want to see the driver assist, that's also good because it'll actually show you other vehicles in the adjacent lanes. There's a lot more information here than there ever was before. The 2026 Acura MDX starts at $52,000. There are 8 trims, but really they're priced like packages, except the Type S, which is its own true trim. As tested with Destination, $78,000. Competitors include the Mercedes GLE, BMW X5, Audi Q7, Genesis GV80, and the Lexus TX. The MDX in Type S form does offer a lot of style, a lot of rich interior materials, good technology that you can finally use and not feel very frustrated with, a lot of space, kind of everything. I like how this car drives. But Acura to me does not have the prestige to draw in this level of pricing. You can get into a Land Rover Defender, a Genesis GV80, a GLE with the inline 6. There's a lot of other vehicles that may not be as quick and sporty as this car to this level, but I do think there's a lot of other choices in the market, and Acura might just be pushing it a little too much. What do you think? And you want to see more SUV reviews? Go to CarGurus.com, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and we'll see you next time.